What's up? Angela, if I'm taking requests. Of course I am. I'm going to get my guitar right here in just a second. Hello, all my friends. How are you? Tell me we didn't kill it for this morning. We killed it. That's how we do it. Right? Woo! Oh. What are you looking at, Crypto King? Quantum? I gave y'all a pretty good one this morning. I don't know if anybody paid attention. Penny stock. Anybody remember? Did you watch that, Angus? Ooh. Beyond. Oh my, looky there. Looky there. I would say that's a monster. I told you, if you's on the live stream, you seen that this morning. That's right, Amanda. And beyond. What's that song? I got that song in my head. Might just be my everything. Think that I'm a fool if I don't rush in. That's it, isn't it? I'm scared to death. This might be it. This love was real, but the shoe might fit. Oh, it was beyond. Gil will look at it with Leon. But that was a good. That's right, John Cox. That was a good duo. When y'all know I'm a music freak. When him and Luke did that duo of Beyond, that was fire. I thought it was fire. Thank you. Thanks, Amanda. I meant to bring my guitar in here. It's out in my rehearsal room. We pick and grin a little bit on here sometimes when the market gets really slow. We've done that a time or two, haven't we? Mexico. Greetings, Ricardo. How are you, my friend? Lady Boss, good evening. What's up, Cinnamon? Good. Trucking with Josh. Good, Bubby. Good. Let's get... well, let's start by getting the right screen up. How about that? Can everybody do me a favor? It is a public video, so can you please slap the old like button for me? And I would very much appreciate it. If you're new, welcome. Like Josh, welcome to Wall Street. I'm going to tell you, welcome to Main Street. This is where I'm at. So, I'm so glad you're here. I really appreciate you being here. I try to hop on and do live streams a couple times a week, and then I put few videos out per week too, if you're new. So this is one of the live streams. I do Sunday nights with the family, and then try to all I'm able to, I'll say. So if you're new, welcome. I'm glad you're here. This was the last thing I put on before the end of the day. If you guys remember this, I took this one last time with everybody from $12. It ran to $20. I think we got out around 19 or so, something like that. This was a mover. So it's had time. I've been tracking. Excuse me. So as you grow in the market some, you're going to have more and more tickers come across your desk, come across your computer. And you're going to start keeping up with those over time, because the more you play them, the more you know how they move and where their swing lows are and swing highs and stuff. Like it becomes more familiar with you. American Eagle has become one of those with me. So I keep track of it, just on the daily, or, I keep a peek on it, watching it. I think somebody in the chat told me today, so whoever that was, I appreciate it, reminding me. American Eagle had a huge gap here once we busted over this. It was like 1250. I think we had to get over 13 or 1370, something like that. And then we got good earnings. It rocketed up, right? Been a bleed off ever since. It looks like it's found support. So I started a position on shares. I think it needs to clear back over 16 for a run back up. So if you're interested in that for a swing, I have started that just now. I'm just doing shares. I did shares last time because I'm not a big fan of their options chain. So but if you want options, I'll look for them. Let's pull the options chain up. You want to do that? Where are my comments? There's my comments. I'll get to some of these other tickers for you. No problem. Let me get my picture off there. So I would probably look to January. These aren't super expensive, so it's fairly appealing. Pretty good open interest on the $15 strike. And these are only a couple hundred each on the contracts. So just to preface this whole video, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. Nothing I say is meant for you to buy, sell, or hold. You got to do your own work, own due diligence. I am here to help. I am just a nobody country boy that loves to chart and help out. Okay, I do love helping. So if I was choosing one of these, and I may get one or two just for kicks and giggles, probably the $15 strike is what I would look for. That's January 16th, $15. Right now I'm only in shares because they're not super expensive, right? $15 a share. I get another run to 18, maybe 20. That's $5 of profit per share. Might throw a couple of option contracts in there, okay? So I'm looking at that. I'll probably use I'm going to say 1450 and 14. This would be get out. If it was to pull back and it can't hold 14, I'm not holding. If it can't hold me, I ain't holding it. Right? So 1580, 16 is the next thing we got to cross. It did get denied there today, so we got to get over this last little volume node here, but I think it can go. I liked the look of the MACD and the RSI on the daily. I liked the look of it. Now, when it pulled back after that last run up, we did lose 40, but it reclaimed it. And what did it do? This is one of the first things I look for on swings, y'all. Here was our low. Here was our next low. It made a higher low on RSI. Next thing I want it to do is cross 50. So what am I going to do? Put my cursor over here to the... Why is it doing that? Okay. I'm going to put my cursor over here. Hit this little plus sign. Add alert on RSI. Right. So when that thing crosses 50, it'll tell me if it was to pull back to 44 or so, it'll tell me there. That's what I'm watching. That's how I'm playing it. That's my 2 levels. Got to go through 16. If it can't hold 14, I'm out with a small loss. Or set your stop loss at break even if you don't want to take a loss at all. You can do that. It's no problem. All right. Let's get the comments back. Shelly Money Mike. Boom, baby. Sourlito. Sydney Sweeney's magic continues, maybe. She got good genes. So if it continues, that's fine by me. I don't care how, you can feel one way or the other, but if I make money off of it, I'll wear them jeans. You're welcome, Miss Breeze. Thank you. Now, let's see here. What's up, Ambrose? Let's go to Beyond. Everybody wants to see that one. BYND. Daniel. We'll look at Amazon just a moment. This $5 region made sense to me. Now, I don't know all the short interest technicals on this. I know that this is a short squeeze, though. This is a short squeeze. Let's see how hot the daily got. So the daily RSI just now got to 66. So does it have room? Yeah, it's got room. It's got room to go if it wants to go. The more that short positions have to cover and buyers step in, this thing will, it can go ungodly. It really can. I think this is what I said just last night. Whoever I charted this for. I could see 580 to 730. It's doable if the stars align right, but right now, yeah, that's the line right there. Right there. Tap, tap, tap. And where did we get to today? If I go back to a 12-hour, look where we got to. Tap. Right there it is. 480 break is your trigger for the next run on Beyond, okay? This is momentum. This is not an investment. This is a junk crap nothing burger. but you can make money on these. So you can earn money on these things if you play them the right way. But that means risk management. A penny stock gets a penny investment. You don't go full port on these things, and you don't run without stops. So, this is the type of thing. If you had just a, I got it today, Guppy. I mentioned it this morning. I don't list these plays too much just because they're so high risk, man, and I don't want people getting burned. They're very high risk. So if you take this, please use a stop. I mean, this thing's ran after hours. From 377 to another $1 after hours. It's insane. So over the past few days, let's get a profile on that. Here we go. Okay. Okay, here's a couple levels for you. About 375, 335, 290. That would be right there. Okay, there's your 3 levels below. So you could debate on adding on a pullback here if you wanted it. And then when you make a new high, like usually, let's say you got in down here at 250, right? And it breaks this volume shelf here. Well, when you come up and get a retest, you move your stop up to that level to protect your capital. If you got in it at the 250 mark, you would move it up to 290 once you got up and got back to a retest that was higher. It has retested this 335 area once, twice, 3 times on a 15-minute candle, so that could be a decent area, or 375. Other than that, you could wait. You just wait for breakout. So if this goes over 475, you take it on the breakout, just like we do on momentum trading. Okay. All right, I'll move on off this. Yeah, the short interest is unreal on it, and they'll pile in again. Yep, they will pile in again. Julie, a short squeeze. That's a good question. And I'm probably not the best person to explain this, but when we take put positions, it represents, people use the slang going short or going long, right? To go short is to go down. To go long is to go up. To bet on going up. Well, when you playing puts is different than shorting a stock. When you short a stock, to open the position, you click sell to open, if I'm saying this right. Some of you all may know better than me. And they are literally trying to push the price down, just like we do with puts. We ride momentum down. Short sellers think this is overvalued, so they're going to go short on it. Well, what happens is when when they get in such a position that buyers begin to step in, to exit their position is to buy the shares back. I know it sounds backwards, but you sell it to open your position going short, to then if it went down and you were up in your profit on your short position, you have to buy the shares back. Well, what happens is when some buyers start stepping in and gets enough pressure on the shorts, they begin to have to cover their position, which is actually also buying the shares, which is like double momentum of buyers stepping in, if I am selling that right, if I'm saying that right. So hopefully that I know it. Yeah, you're borrowing the shares to sell or something like that. So when you have to exit your position on a short, you're buying those shares back at a lower price, right? And then it puts you back to break even or something like that. But when they get caught with their pants down and too many buyers step in, they start saying, oh crap, I got to get out. And that means they have to buy the shares while other buyers are buying the shares at the same time, and it sends it parabolic. So hopefully that's a country boy's explanation of it. It's what happened with AMC and GameStop. You make $1 per share that way, Angus. I might be wrong. I don't think it's just tied to $1 per share, though, is it? Okay. I don't short stock, so I don't know. I'm not, like I say, I'm not the best person to ask that, but it's sort of like that, Julie. I can't go back and read them all. Angus, I appreciate it, though. Yeah, they make short people sell their shares first, so I'm hurting, Switz. Oh, yeah, sell. Okay, Angus gave an example. Sell at $2, buy back at $1. Okay, that makes sense. What's up, Juan? But when they get caught in a bad spot and the price starts shooting up, they have to rush to close their positions, and it causes the stock to go insane. That's what you're seeing here. This isn't like, oh, the company just made a big turnaround. No. What they will do, though, is they will dilute and have a share offering. You can bet your bottom big brown fanny on that. When they when these shares run up, and they may already have this in writing, but they will do an offering to raise money, and that will send her shooting right back down. But there could be good gains in this on the way up. So I'll get off Beyond. Okay, we got American Eagle, we got Beyond. Somebody said Amazon. Let's look at Amazon right fast. Thank you, Angus, for explaining that. I appreciate that. We'll look at Tesla too, Buck. You're right, Angus. I appreciate you. They have to buy the shares back. Yeah. I would be when some more. Okay. Amazon. I think we nailed this morning on the day trading side, on the scalping side. But it gave it back up here in after hours. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. Let's look at the daily. I like the look of it. You see on the daily, and I've told everybody this on my coaching calls, I love a blue chip stock at the 200 EMA. Bounced right off of it. So $228.40. And I had still been holding to getting back across 223. I'll adjust that to 224. 224. We need to close over 224 on Amazon. I like the daily MACD look, like it's about to cross up on the signal line. We just took 50 back on the RSI to the bullish side. I like that. So resistance 224. $228.40. We killed this morning. Day trading it. Okay. Right there it is, y'all. Perfecto. 224 is the number, y'all. And I would like to see it hold that bottom shelf there now. That's 218.40. So you stuck right here, 218 to 224. We got to see what she does. Okay? Yep. We'll hit TTD next. Everybody good with Amazon there? I like the RSI. I like the MACD on the daily time frame. That's what, it's got a good look to it. We're in a descending channel. It looks like it found support. If you'll go back to previous lows, it held the exact same level, right? I think I even called this out, 211. Been some weeks ago, but I believe I called that. Either way, I don't need to say that. I'm just over here tooting my own horn, right? Oh yeah, is that too loud? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. DG Burton said forward. Toot, toot. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Okay. No, I ain't tooting. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure I was saying 210, 211. But this is a descending channel. When they find support, they normally break up. I like it. 224 is the number, then 228. If you want another one, you would be up here to 231. Right there. That last biggest volume node right there. 231. There's my 3 levels on Amazon. I would want it to hold 218.40 now. Y'all want me to put that on Discord? I'll put that image on. Copy image. Is earnings this week? Yeah. Yeah, baby. Thursday, October 30th. Okay. So, let's put it on Discord for all the beautiful people to see. All right. What's next, y'all? Come on, man. I ain't being Keenan. I'm too country for that. I ain't got I go get my jacket. Let me go get my sports jacket, man. I gotta look a little more slick for that. I love Keenan. He's an awesome dude, man. Okay, at Spylord. Amazon levels. Okay, posted that on Discord. Miss Mary, what's up? I watched you today on the live, Miss Mary. You killed it. You did so good. Ooh, yeah. Good shout out, Alex. DraftKings. I grabbed some shares after hours. I didn't post it because DraftKings has shook me out. And it owes me. Yep. Huh, looky there. Resistance 35. So this got some news. Boom, baby. Right there. Still the same problem area. I want you to check this out. Even they acquired. Who did they acquire, y'all? Railbird something. Acquisition of Railbird poised to expand market reach and legalize online sports betting nationwide. So this was positive for. This was a positive piece of news for DraftKings. That's why it ran in after hours some. So I snagged some shares. I will say I snagged some shares. That's just what I'm doing because the whole reason I was playing this in the first place. Look at this room it's got, y'all. And this is DraftKings, man. This is. Look at this. Baby, when she goes, she's going. One thing in my way from here to 42. I mean, if we can close over 35, I think really right there, same thing. I had this written already. Resistance 35. So I may go back and look. Let's look over here at the options chain. January. See, these aren't even that pricey. Look at this, $35 strikes. I like these. Look at that. 17,000 open interest. 0.57 delta. That's the, and these are only $300 each. So I like it. I think it needs to hold. This was a big jump up for it. 34. Yeah. $34, and we want to start clearing 35 and holding it, okay? So there's DraftKings for you right fast. That was a good pop right up to resistance. We'll see. We'll see what happens of it. Right now I've got shares, okay? Thank you, Buck, for the super chat. Yeah. I ain't revenge trading Nash, but it owes me. I don't think it's revenge trading if you go in with a plan. You know, it shook me out before, but I've had a plan every time, and I respected my plan. So you got the. We'll see what happens on the RSI tomorrow. Now, I bet when we open up, the daily is going to shoot through. Let's see what the 12-hour. Yeah, looky there. 12 hours already shot through 40 up to 50. This daily will be inside 40 tomorrow. Bet it. Bet. Okay? So there's DraftKings. Thank you, Jorge. What's up, brother? Let's do TTD. That's a big one for me right now. Up really nice on those, y'all. Hope y'all got a piece with me. Now, why do I have that big old line up here? Right there. 57. That's the magical number. I told everybody from the get-go, this thing, we had this and we had that. And while we were in here, I said it looks like it wants to form an inverse head and shoulders. There we are. I really want 57 to be broke. It's got the setup. The RSI is moving. When we pulled back, we never lost 40. That's bullish to me. Y'all know I like 40 on my RSI. So if we move through 60, we're going good. That's what I'm watching. I have added. I added on that Friday pullback down here around 50, 49, 49, 50. That's where I added at, and that's where I started options. Okay. So many contracts have bought. So don't forget to hit the like, because here is a good place for costs. DG, are you talking about for TTD? Is that what you're referring to? Okay, yeah. So now the way that I would approach TTD, if I'm, so let's say you're not in it at all, okay? I would do one of two things. If you wanted to start a position, I would probably use today's lows as your support line. That is exactly where we consolidated the upper end of yesterday up here. So I would say this is decent near-term support in this area if you got to pull back into the between 52.80 and 52. That would be an add zone. If you were going to play options at this point, you either wait for a breakout of 57 for a trigger, or you have to respect these lows down in here. 52 if you wanted to start an option position. Don't let this fall all the way back down to 48 or so. That's not what we're doing. If this thing can't complete its move, I'm confident we're going to push back up here to 57 at least. We're going to test it, I believe. I don't think we're going to do this whole formation and not test 57, but it's possible. So on the shares, we got in down here. So we're sitting really nice. I think $46 average or something like that. Right in there. That's where we got in. We've played this the whole way up. So be careful if you enter now or wait for the breakout of 57. Play it as momentum over 57, okay? Saturday's class B. Erica, that's an extra thing that I do on the side. send me an email. So I've told other people this too. If you're really struggling and you can't afford it, you just tell me on the email, and I don't mind to help you. Okay. Wu-Tang forever, says Sean. BBAI. Let's hit BBAI for you all. Bunch of AI maniacs. Oh, wait. Somebody asked for Tesla. I think somebody did a super chat for Tesla. Let me hit that. I liked it yesterday. I'm not as crazy about it. So today on the daily, I'm an RSI junkie, so we failed to cross the signal line, and we failed to cross 60, and we also failed to continue curling up on the MACD. Instead, this has started turning a little. So I would say we will visit. It's a very good chance we can visit 425 again. This could very easily consolidate up here and get all the way back to 407 very easily. Tesla is a monster either way. Okay. Nima, you're welcome for TTD. You're welcome. That's right, Erica. It's an investment into yourself is how but there's been, if people need help, I'll help them. I always have, I always will. So yeah, Tesla can consolidate up here, y'all. It is still in bullish hands. It is still in bullish hands on the daily. But it did not explode through the signal line today. Let's look at the weekly. Okay. On the weekly, this is still bullish. Pointing upwards. RSI at 67. So still very bullish. That's why I don't think you get no crazy pullback like back down in here to 350 right now, but this could retest 410 and we can consolidate up here for a little bit. There's no problem with that. We're at all-time highs. Look at this. We came right up here and basically tapped on the door of all-time highs. I will watch RSI. RSI will tell the story, what it's going to do. Right now, when RSI falls between 40 and 60, to me, it is in consolidation, even though it could be in a different pattern. When we had this pattern back here, this was still consolidation. Even though it was in this pennant, it was consolidating, wedging out, and you notice your RSI stays between 40 and 60 until it decides to take the old monster move out right there. That's why I set my RSI bands go to 40, 50, and 60, because I look for breakout over 60 and I look for flushes under 40. Thank you, Jorge. Appreciate that. Yeah, let's look at NPH. I've got shares. I've got shares on ENPH. Let's take a gander. I was liking the look and the setup. Oh my God, my shoulder. Whew. Beyond meat, John. I can tell you why that company's failing. They've been selling people fake meat for years. Now they got busted selling fake steaks. You can't be sending fake steaks out to people. I want my ribeyes red meat right off a cow's butt. Oh my goodness. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. I don't want to offend anyone. It's just playing. Joe, I do not have a Discord. I'm a crown trader over in Josh's Discord in the Stocks with Josh community. So I'll take a quick second and tell y'all that. You can tap the description in this video. If you're here from YouTube, you're not in the Discord, we would love to have you over there. We live day trade 5 days a week. I lead the community 3 days. I assist Josh 2 days. Me and you both, Guppy. And we have a ton of value in the Discord. So if you're new here from YouTube, you think you need a trading community, you need some help navigating, maybe you're fairly seasoned and you're looking to go to the next level, this is the community for you. I can tell you they don't put up with rudeness and profanity and vulgar stuff. You know, it's well ran, clean learning environment. Now, I ain't saying it's for everybody. Nothing's for everybody, but we've got something for everybody over there. If you give us a chance, and you're not going to come in one day and figure it all out. I encourage you, and if you're new to the Discord, take a little time, narrow down what you want to learn, what you want to do, and I promise you, if you spend just a little bit of time looking for yourself, trying to find what your thing is. You want to swing trade all the time. If you say you work a lot, you can't day trade a lot. Check out Parker. Check out me. I've always got 1, 2, or 3 swings going on. If you're into crypto, we've got Tribal Trader over there. If you want to learn, you can learn from me. You can learn from Miss Mary and Ertwan. There's a lot there. There's a lot of value in there. But you just have to shut all the notifications off and go down through there one channel at a time. Say, I want to get notifications from Wolf of Gatsby. He's very active, like all day long, popping out plays, right? Or I want to get notified when Parker's doing swings. Just turn those notifications on, and things will begin to settle and calm down, and you'll find your way around, right? So if you're interested, you're not in there, that's one way you can support me. It's the top link in the description, and I would love to have you over there and have you in that family with us. It's a great place. Hey, Guppy, I'm going to take you up on that, son. Don't think I ain't coming, because I am. I'm going to make that California trip one day. That'd be fun, man. I'm all about a good stuff. I might just fly out there for the state. Chanda, I want you to learn the charts, and that's what we do, You need to get with Miss Mary. Come join the Discord if you're not in there. If you are in there, come over here to your channels. Go down here. If you can't find Miss Mary, go right up here where it says search. And you can search for channels, okay? search for stocks with Josh, you can type in Mary. Right there she is, Miss Mary. In the channel, Miss Mary and Ertwan. There we go. So you can, there's something over here for everybody. We got always pay attention to Josh's GOAT alerts. Those are the ones he does himself. And here's the chats. If you don't want nothing to do with none of these chats except for options, don't have no notifications on. Just do options chat. And then here's the live trade link for Josh's. Right here's my channel. Just click on me. Everything I post is under this channel, right? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that fella. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to start charting. I'm going to shut up and start charting. Tesla can chauffeur us around, Guppy. You can also, if you really want to support me, you can resub with my link. It's a big help to me. Y'all know how active I am in here. When I get up in the mornings, before I go to bed, I feel I work for you. That's who I work for. So that's how I feel about it. Tesla, I think you consolidate up here a little bit. So I'll just be keeping an eye on it. I'm not swinging it right now, but we could be getting ready. You know, earnings is right here. I will tell you, any earnings plays with options are highly dangerous. These can go either way. If you do options trades with earnings, you should, don't use money you're dependent on. Those, because this thing could drop 30 points. It could skyrocket 30 points. You don't know. So you got to be prepared to go either way with that. That's why I hold long-term Tesla, and then I swing it some, and then day trade it. But I got long-term Tesla that I'm not going to sell for 10 or 15 years, right? All right, here we go. Let's move on. We want a BBAI. Thank you, Ambrose. Yeah, Buck, I don't know what your options are, or how far out they are, but be prepared, man. Just be prepared both ways. Those things will eat you up. Yeah, it kills me, Guppy. I don't know why TradingView can't at least display overnight trading. It's ridiculous. It's the best there is, and it can't display. I can go on Robinhood and look, or Weeble, and I can't go on TradingView. It's ridiculous. Okay. Thanks, Crypto King. That's good to hear. All right. Let's go. BBAI. These were my levels. As you can see, it held. What's it doing after hours? All right. It tried to give 7 up. 7 up. $6.90, y'all. $6.90, then $6.30. I don't like it. Let's look at the daily for a moment. It did hold 7. I know I say it a lot, but keep an eye on your RSI. This thing, if you got to pull back to 630 here, and this RSI was to hold 40, that could be perfect entry. It really could be a really good entry. So I would be watching that level and the $7 level, maybe $6.90 right here. Okay, that's what I would watch on. It is pulling back on the daily. It's pulling back on the daily. Weekly, your RSI never got over 60 here, guys. It got shut down on 60. So I'm not super crazy about it at the moment. I'd be looking for a bounce off 630, or, you know, don't think this thing can't pull back. It can. Remember, penny stocks, penny investments, they're probably cash hungry. $5.85. I mean, you know, it could get that to $4 pretty easy. Pretty easy. So be careful with it. 7 and 630 will be my two support lines, and then 780 is your resistance on this. The weekly is a bit neutral. It's still in bullish hands. It's giving a little direction at the moment. Looks like it wants to pull back a little and hopefully consolidate here. Little bit of support back here around 580, 575. Okay. All right. Don, I got you, man. Thanks for the super chat, y'all. What was Deshaun asking for? I made a killing. Maybe. Yeah, Deshaun, I looked at it first thing, brother. Always good to see you, my man. Let's see here. What was he asking for? Meta. I'm getting off track here. I think I covered everything that I'm in. Oh, ENPH. Somebody asked for that too. And I need to cover UPS. Hey, did anybody take UPS with me? Okay, here's Meta. Well, already had that line there, so there you go. 690 was it, Bubby. 690 was your support and bounce. This is closed back over the POC. This is the POC from April lows. Is right here at this 716 mark. This is the weekly. Looks like it's trying to curl around a little bit on the MACD. It still leans bullish to me on the weekly. Let's look at the daily. Yeah. That 690 would have been a good add level. It's respected this once, twice, 3 times right there. So keep that on your radar always. 689, 690. I mean, it just gave a signal line cross up on the MACD. It's leaning bullish. Reasonable target 754. That's reasonable right there. 745. Yeah, we're in there. I like that. I like that for your first 746 area for your first target up, and you're going to use these Was this Monday? Friday, back to Monday, Friday. 705 down here, 706. Yesterday's lows at 720, right there. I kind of like it, man. A little bullish. 719, 706.50. Let's look at it on a close. Y'all see this when you're day trading stuff? These are things to look at. Look at this. See how it was a rocket yesterday, right? Look where it pulled back to, right? Right here. Look where we pulled back to today. See that? See that bounce there? When you get these consolidations like this, when you're day trading, mark those levels. That's often where you pull back to. And that doesn't show like that's not a previous day low or high or anything. That's just consolidation from the day before. That is a volume shelf right there. So near term, 728. You got a little support here at 728. Then yesterday's high right there, which is the top of this little consolidation area too. You can call that 734. Right there. There you go. There's Meta, brother. Hopefully that helps you. Okay. People don't forget to give me. Hey, tell him rainy day. Oh. Let's see here. TMC. Okay. I'm looking here. She Gordon. How to schedule a one-on-one with me. Email me. My email is in the description of the video. I am unfortunately very backed up and busy. So that's why I'm starting to do more group classes. What's up, Versace? Thank you, Don. Yeah, let's look at TMC here for this person. TMC. The metals company. I remember this. So it used to be a penny stock, didn't it? Wow. Well, man, this is I hate buying stuff like this that's ran like this. I have a hard time bringing myself to do it. Back up to it's like IPO prices and stuff. It's insane. This is one of those things where you believed in it from the beginning, right? You could have been buying this between $1 and $2 for a long time. But now it's gotten popular, you know. it has to come back and find support. This is a weekly time frame. You got some support here at 650, I would say 650. And then heavier support towards the $5 area. All the way down to 450, 440, right in there. If you go back and look, y'all, I know you probably get sick of me saying it, but look at this clean break it gave you on the RSI. So the bigger the time frame with the RSI, the better I love it. All the way down through here, once it lost its signal line, right, bearish the whole way. And then look what happens when we cross the signal and regain 40. Look at this run. $1.50. Wow. That's a big one there. Definitely wish I had it. I would treat 650. These previous highs could hold a little. 775. That's a big wick on a weekly candle pushing down. Let's go to a monthly. On the monthly, she's still on fire, man. So just be careful with your entry on this. I would probably wait for pullback, and again, it's not a super blue chip company, so be careful. Trying to get a few more. Leslie, I've got shares on Lyft. I can look at Lyft right fast. Will to the fee. What's up? How are you? Am I buying shares of bull? Okay, there's TMC. Let me get UPS because I'm in that. I'll try to update the crappy spreadsheet that I've got tonight. Okay. Here's the monthly. Let's see here. This is one of the things that caught my eye. This is a historical level. On UPS. This is in my way. Look at this monthly, y'all. I've already got it circled down here. She wants to go, man. All right. The weekly. We failed. Oversold. This is what I like. Oversold. We got the signal and we got 40. It failed to give anything past 50 on the RSI, which is where things start changing hands, right? We gave it back up, but we made a higher low on RSI. We've now crossed the signal and we've regained 40. Next stop is 50. I like the movement. I like the setup for a slow, methodical swing, which is what I like. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. All right. The MACD is beginning to separate from the signal line here, pointing upwards. Early indication. RSI early indication. None of this is confirmed yet, y'all, but at some point you got to put risk on the table to get into a play. So I want to put my risk on support when it's on its lows. That's my favorite thing to swing. Okay. So 89.50 is the breakout. There's a nice gap. All the way up to 95. There's a nice gap of volume, right? The lack thereof, rather. Then we have less to deal with at the top of this range, right? So this has got room, and all we need is time and opportunity, right? That's all we need, time and opportunity. We've got time. This gave us the opportunity. I'm using these lows. We can use 84.25 or we can use 82.30. So either way you want to play this, if it can't hold these levels, I'm not holding it if it can't hold me. So those are my breakout points. Here's exit. If it can't hold that level, set you an alert. UPS is going driving off a cliff. So that's my setup with it, man. You know, it's simple. It's simple in a lot of ways, but it's presenting an opportunity, much like Pepsi did. You know, I was the first time I found Pepsi, Josh said, thinking of doing Pepsi. I was like, I just saw that, man. So that worked. The second go around, we were together when he got Pepsi. It was another banger the second time, even more, I think. It's opportunity. When opportunity comes, that's when I want to have dry powder on the table to be able to go into these plays. So I'm in it. I can't lose now. We had a good day today. Look at that today. This was great. This moved great today. So I have let me look. UPS is the March 20th 85 strike. March 20th 85 strike is what I've got on UPS. Okay. LP. Let me get bull for that young lady. I chart this almost every night for y'all. I'm sorry, just to go back and say bull or UPS. Yes. Those are already up 3%. Those are March 20th $85 strikes. That's what I got on those. Yep, UPS earnings 10.28. So we'll see. You know, I'm holding. I don't have a huge position, but I'm I'm holding through this. That's what I'm doing. If I was loaded to the gills, I might trim. So, you have to do you. All right, let's wind this up. Bull and lift. Nash, you could do either. I mean, shares are going to be more stable. It's just more cash intensive, Whereas, I mean, think about it. If we go back and think about it a moment, those UPS shares or UPS contracts, what did I say? March 20th, 85 strikes. They're about $900, okay? Give or take a few dollars. How many shares of UPS can you buy for $900? 11, something like that. 11 shares. And if you wanted to buy 22 shares, you'd be looking around $2,000. Somewhere in that neighborhood, where I could get $2,000 worth of calls and still use the same exit strategy while it's down here on this low. So that's just kind of how I thought of it. But you can do anything. You can do it. Yeah, lift I'm going into for more of a long-term play. So I've been buying shares of lift. Now, bull is just not showing me any strength. Every time we get a pop, everybody messages me and says, what about bull now? What about bull now? I'm not crazy about it. It does not show any strength yet. I'm not saying it can't. It can start showing strength. Let me get rid of these drawings. Okay. I stink with this, y'all. I'm no Josh with these lines, I promise you that. That's about as close as I can get, right? So this is a bullish structure. Down here at this, somebody asked me what I thought about it the other day. If I thought, I said we would probably tap $10. 1084 so far, so 1080 could hold. It stopped there once before back here, so I would say 1080 and then 10, maybe 1020. It's two support lines. I ain't sure that I see them letting this fall under these lows from IPO back there. I don't. So if you were going to dollar cost average into this, I would still use $10 as. There's no way I'm buying this if it drops to like $9 and $8 and $7. There's no way. But if I get the daily RSI to flip, I might consider it. Right now, it's a dead dog to me. It's not came back around. This RSI has not shown me any strength. First place that shows strength is RSI. Troy Hunt, my dog. Hey, I ain't promising nothing on American Eagle, but I'm not promising nothing on none of these plays. But I think they've all been good. I got shook out of DraftKings one time a few weeks ago. Other than that, my swings have been pretty good. Option change to load. Steve, no. I think you're doing something wrong, brother. Let me see if I can analyze what you're saying. So Steve says, on Weeble, do you have to all enter the price, amount, and the bid? Ask to get option chain to load to enter a trade. When switching from one ticker to another, it's time confusing. Steve, are you using turbo options? Or are you just using the regular old options chain, brother? Cause what you're seeing here is turbo options over here. Yeah, if you're using turbo options, this manual input, okay, you must be leaving manual input on. You got to click on manual input, leave it on market, brother. If you're scalping and day trading with me, I'm gonna say 90% of the time I'm using market orders. I'm not. If I'm on SPY, and I wanted this 671 call, these 2 pennies of spread is not of concern to me. So I always use market order. Now there are times where I would rather, but you still don't put the price in here. You'll just you click on this market here, or if it says manual, click on that, switch it like to last, and it'll try to fill you at the current price. Or you could do the bid or ask. Okay? But the only time you have to reset that is when you close Weeble and reopen it. Okay? Hopefully that helps you, Steve. Okay. I'm running out of time, y'all. It wants to show daily back 1 or 2. Alex, I don't know, brother. I'm not sure what you're doing. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure I understand you. You could email me or message me if maybe explain it better. Uber. That crazy magnet on there. Sorry. Here's Uber. Pretty close. It's in a ascending channel here. I don't. This daily's is a little bearish. Could pull back to 88. Everything's up here. All the volume's up top. $89 support. $85 support. Then 82. Okay. Resistance 94.90. Okay. This daily's a little bearish. Watch your RSI to lose 40. Otherwise, this 89 support might be a decent add area. Okay. Thanks. All right, last one, guys. I got a rope. APLD is dropping every day. Well, Naveen, I mean, you got to take into consideration, man. For starters, there's no volume up here. So this thing has went ballistic, parabolic. It's going to have to find support. And couple of areas of interest, maybe 28 area, 2750. In the $20 area. There's nothing up here, man. There's no volume up here. Nothing up there. There's no way I would be buying this heavy up here right now. No way. It's got to pull back. Your RSI is leading the way. It's going to pull back a little bit, it looks like. And find support. I would be looking down in this new neighborhood here. 28 and 20. This thing has been on a heater, man. Diortiz, I can't pronounce the name. Diortiz's, the UPS stop loss. I use the chart levels, okay? I don't use the contract levels. So that's really up to you. But if it can't, I gave two levels, 84 and 82. If the chart can't hold that, then I can't hold it, you know. I'm up 3% on it. Those are March 20th. So we got a good start on it. You just have to figure out, you know, that's a question up to each individual risk management, what they want to risk. But don't let that go. Don't let it go like fall crazy on you, okay? Lift. It's a long-termer for me on shares. $19.50. Got some support, $19.50. 1730 right there. And then 1550. Right there's your control candle. 1870. That would be a good. That was a good ad. You'll see this red candle came down and tested it and couldn't get it. Resistance is up here now. 22 area, 2280. You'll start getting trouble at 2180. 2180 up to 2280. That's your problem child now. Problem area. Right in there. Okay. Okay, Steve. Let me try to help you with that, brother. So what I do is this bid block here, maybe, I'm sorry if that's what you were talking about. 50 cents to $15 normally covers the options I want to see. Let's go to Tesla. Tesla is 442. If you're seeing a bunch of these that are way out of the money, click this word symbol. This word symbol flips the page for you. Now, that reveals, normally that gets you to the contracts that you want to see closer to the money. So Tesla's 442, it's giving you one strike out of the money at 445, maybe two strikes out. Depending on what week Tesla's in, like this is earnings week, so these are going to be jacked up even more to get 442 contracts. If I was day trading these, I would be buying probably the 450s, man. These are insane right now. Insane. So you got to click that word symbol on the puts and the calls, and it flips a page over and gives you more contracts. So run that second number a little high, 15, maybe even 18, okay? Hopefully that helps you, brother. Yes, sir. Got you. Go skibbity MP. Oops, said the wrong thing. PayPal, and PayPal. Pedro, I'll be explaining that some in the group class I'm doing Saturday. This is an entire setup though. It's just a tool. It's a tool inside of Weeble that they developed for day trading options. Last one. Okay. Yeah, she's range bound. I must have charted this for somebody. Let's look at the daily. It's trying to make a flip up on the daily. I don't really like the angle that RSI is coming into the signal line on. Not crazy about it. It's in consolidation and you had like one breakout. 65.35. $71. $77. This thing's in a little bit of consolidation through here. You had one breakout and it just couldn't hold. Not enough buyers stepped in. You can see where it's all concentrated at. It's all right here. So really it's going to have to eventually clear this 79.50 area, but the most problem you've got is in here, this 71.72 area. You got to start getting, it's just wicking off of it over and over and over. It's in a range right here, stuck in a range. So it needs more buyers to step in, man. It just is what it is. Needs more buying pressure. On the downside, if this lost 65, 55's on the table. 55's pretty good number. Okay. But MACD is trying to flip upwards on the daily. I'm not super crazy about it, but it's decent, right? You use options on E-Trade, Pedro, but you can't buy puts. You must not be approved for, you're welcome, Asher, for level 2 options or something. Yep. Come on over to the Weeble gang, brother. Chanda, if you email me, if you tap the description, is there somebody on here named Blake? Blake, I don't have you down, brother. You need to reach out to me if I've messed up. I think I just got your message, Blake. Let me holler at you here in a second, man. Okay. All right, my friends. There's PayPal for you. Thank you all. I love you. I can use both. I use Weeble and TradingView. I use oh man, my desk is so messy, y'all. So I can share the screen. Let's do this. I'll show you this right fast before I go. So what you're looking at here is my left side screen. All right, this is my left side screen. Here is my day trading setup, where I'll normally run 6 tickers, and I also have multiple different setups on here where I'm watching stuff. So that's screen 1. Screen 2 runs in the middle with your all's set up on it on Weeble. So I sort of mimic what's going on TradingView over here, but I have to, Weeble is unfortunately just behind TradingView on charting. I like the charts, I like the look of them and the way they manipulate, but there are no third party there's no third party developers that have put any indicators in here, and they can't. That is my middle screen, what I run for you all on my live sessions in the mornings, right? And then screen, let's get a thumbs down. Okay. Okay, here's every time when I get one. Oh. Oh my God. I keep waiting on thumbs down people to say something, but they never do. So here's my middle screen with the turbo options, 6 charts. Okay. I'm going to build this on Saturday morning for everybody, so they'll have a video to go back and watch in the group class. Now, screen 3 will run one single chart for me on the side. And what I do, the difference is, the SPY flips dates, and I run same 0-day options on the SPY. Well, when I click on AMD or Palantir, these are weekly options on Fridays, right? And oh, they took it back. So when whichever chart I click on, that's the options that load. And unfortunately, the SPY or the QQQ always stays on that Friday, so I run it on a separate screen if I want to be able to take position on the same day. On top of that, so that's 3 screens. Now on top of that, I have laptop, and then I have a screen overhead for my big account that I run myself. Because most people in here are not ready to run large, gigantic amounts of contracts. So I've got a laptop, and the cool thing about a Mac, when I got Apple everything, is one mouse will roll between 2 computers and 5 screens. So I can run 2 accounts separate, because I have multiple accounts on Weeble. And then I run an account on an iPad through Fidelity, because I hate Fidelity charts, and you can't trade on Fidelity. You can't actively day trade on Fidelity. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. So that's kind of my setup. I've spent a lot of time on it. I tell newer people that are just kind of getting started, it is really important to have as much screen real estate as you possibly can. Okay, if you've got a laptop and you're trading at home, you should take $80 or $100. Go to Walmart, get a cheap 32-inch TV. They make amazing computer monitors. Just run an HDMI cable right out. Now you got two screens. You got your laptop and a bonus screen. And then TradingView will go on one. Weeble will go on the other. And then when you're watching us on a live stream, the easiest thing would be to have a little tablet or your phone to watch the live stream on. That's a quick setup. You know, a lot of people do it a lot of different ways, I'm sure, and that's just how I do it. So, where's my comments at? Yeah. It's past the keyboard warrior's bedtime. I love it, Deshaun. Oh, man, I appreciate you all. I love y'all. Weeble EMAs and VWAP are different than TradingView. So, if I did, where's the SPY at? The 200 EMA on the SPY closed at 671.18. No, they're identical, man. I'll show you right fast. I think the VWAPs are different. Okay, here's the SPY. It'll tell you up here on the readouts. I'm going to take my mouse off the chart. The 200 EMA closed at 671.18. Now, come over here. You can see on the 200 EMA right there when I take my mouse away, 671.18. I do think VWAP is different. When I turn VWAP on, it closed at 671.70. Let's see what Weeble closed at on its VWAP. 671.72. So it's 2 cents off at close. And the VWAP I run on Weeble is actually VWAP bands. So when you go add VWAP bands on your indicators, come to settings, style, and uncheck the upper and lower band, and I just use the actual center VWAP band, and I change it over to white. So that's what I do. I don't run the normal VWAP. It is different, you'll see. Although it tracks the same, I think it resets at a different point of day because you see how it dropped after hours. I don't know what the difference is. Throughout the day, they remain pretty close. There's some difference here going up through there. So I don't use it. I use the VWAP bands. All right. Cool, man. Cool. Where we at here? All right, people. I love you. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Trevor Mink, yep, that's a great idea. So yeah, if y'all want to does night mode yes, Dale, night mode can throw some stuff off if you've got nighttime turned on for Weeble. If you've got the overnight session activated, it will throw. I don't know. I can't remember what indicators it throws. RSI, MACD. I think it throws those a little bit. because it's factoring in a whole nother set of it's throwing in a whole nother set of indicator time frame, you know. Right. Thank you, Crypto King. Mike, what to do when the goat scalp and the morning setup are not telling the same story? Which one has priority over the other? Thank you, Lorraine. Steve, you talking about using pre-market and opening range rather than scalp setup? Is that what you're referring to? So I tell people to choose one or the other. I think that's what you're referring to. So if you want to use, yeah, I think it. Sometimes they're very much the same levels. Sometimes they're not. So I would choose one or the other. Like I develop my game plan, what I'm gonna do, and I follow those same levels every day, and put it in repetition. That's one way of doing it. Or just mark Josh's levels. Don't worry about the other stuff, because then you're gonna have unreal amount of lines on your chart, and it's going to get very confusing. Very, very confusing. Okay. I re-upped, Deshaun. Oh, I got my camera on, don't I? Boom, baby. I re-upped, man. All right. Hey, I love you, rascals. Hit the description. Come support me, man. I promise I'm working for you. If you want to use my link to resub or upgrade with, or just sign up, I would greatly appreciate it. And I promise you, I work hard for you. Okay? All right. I love you, my people. I got a rope. I will talk to you in mañana. Peace. I'm a mellow yellow man, Glenn.